Hi friends, welcome to my channel Aero Tamila. Today we are going to see about Vasimer engine by Ad Astra. It is a complicated one to be explained and to be understand. Here I am going to explain clearly about its design, operation, advantages and disadvantages as well as applications too. Follow me clearly, then only you can understand the whole concept. Before going to see the video, if you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it and don't forget to press the bell icon too. Okay, let's go to the video. Before going to see about Vasimer engine, we are going to see about MPD thruster. MPD expansion is magnetoplasma dynamic thruster. MPD thruster is a form of electrically powered spacecraft propulsion. It uses Lorentz force to generate thrust. First, a gaseous material is ionized and fed into an acceleration chamber. Here, the magnetic and electrical fields are created using a power source. Then particles are then propelled by the Lorentz force resulting from the interaction between the current flowing through the plasma and the magnetic field out through the exhaust chamber. MPD thruster is also called as Lorentz force accelerator or MPD object. Okay, let's come to our topic, Vasimer engine. Here the name itself, it is varying from other rocket engines. The abbreviation of Vasimer is Variable Specific Impulse Magnetoplasma Rocket. In present, we are having many types of rocket. We are going to take only chemical and electrical rockets. Chemical rockets produces high thrust and low specific impulse, and electrical rocket produces low thrust and high specific impulse. Here, the Vasimer engine is combining the characteristics of these two types of rockets. It is originated in 1977 with former NASA astronaut Franklin Chang Diaz. Here we are going to see about its design and operation. Phase 1. Here we are taking neutral gas as propellant. The neutral gas such as argon or xenon is injected into a hollow cylinder surface with electromagnets. Listen me carefully, the plasma's energy is very high, so the electrons are no longer tied up with their atoms, it becomes ions. So electrons and ions are charged particles in plasma. So the plasma itself having positive and negative charges, it is interacting with magnetic fields. These forces push the hot plasma away from the walls. The wall surface is covered by electromagnets, so the plasma won't get contact with wall. Here it will become a hot medium for expansion. It adds the electromagnetic components to the forces generating thrust. Then here the Lorentz forces generating. Despite the incredible amount of overblown hype, Vasimer is an incredibly interesting design. So that the main advantage of the concept is that it eliminates both friction and erosion between the propellant and the body of the thruster. In many rocket engines there is high thermal load, but here there is no contact between the wall and the propellant. So the conduction can't occur and the amount of heat that's absorbed by the thruster is limited to radiation. Here you won't need to cool the thruster because more heat is kept within the plasma. If we use cooler, then it's possible to increase the efficiency of the thruster. If we vary the amount of RF heating energy and plasma, Vasimer is claimed to be capable of generating either low thrust high specific impulse exhaust or high thrust low specific impulse exhaust. Phase 2. A strong solenoid configuration electromagnet. In this channel, the ionized plasma acting as a CD nozzle. Phase 3. Ion cyclotron heating section, that means ICH section. This section emits electromagnetic waves. Here, resonance is achieved by a reduction of magnetic field in this portion of the engine. Here, we are heating plasma to generate than 10 lakh degrees Celsius, about 173 times the temperature of the sun's surface. Phase 4. Diverging section. The nozzle of the engine is a magnetic nozzle, so it contains an expanding magnetic field that ejects the ions and electrons from the engine of velocities as greater as 50,000 meter per second, that is 1,80,000 km per hour. How it has been specialized. In this engine, the radio waves causes a cascading ionization effect, converting it into a plasma, but the electrons aren't removed. It is the very important thing in this engine. It heats the plasma to about 5800 Kelvin. By varying the amount of input gas while maintaining the same power, the gas will ionize to different levels, and the amount of heating that occurs will be different, meaning that the exhaust velocity will be higher, increasing the specific impulse of the engine while reducing the thrust. In this screen, you guys are all seeing advantages. It does not use electrodes, so erosion will be neglected. It has no moving parts, so it will increase its durability. In the screen, you guys are all seeing disadvantages. The VX200 engine requires 200 kilowatt electrical power to produce 5 Newton of thrust or 40 kilowatt per Newton. In contrast, the conventional NEXT ion thruster produces 0.327 Newton with only 7.7 kilowatt or 24 kilowatt per Newton. So, NEXT is twice as efficient than Vasimer. The required power generation technology for fast interplanetary travel does not currently exist and is not feasible with current state of the art of technology. Here I am going to give you an overview of VX200SS engine. In August 2019, Ad Astra announced the successful completion of tests of a new generation radio frequency power processing unit for the Vasimer engine built by Athera Technologies Limited, Canada. Ad Astra declared a power of 120 kW and greater than 97% electrical to RF power efficiency, and that at 52 kg the new RF PPU is about 10 times lighter than the PPUs of the competing electrical thrusters. Here I am going to explain about its application. It is the very important one. In 2010, NASA's administrator Charles Bolden said that Vasimer technology could be the breakthrough technology that would reduce the travel time on Mars mission from 2.5 years to 5 months. It is continuously varying its thrust and specific impulse depending on where it is in terms of the interplanetary transfer maneuver. Vasimer is able to optimize the trip time in ways that few, if any other contemporary propulsion. Cargo transferring in space. Many scientists say that it would be useful for cargo transport. An orbital transfer vehicle powered by a single VF200 engine could be enough of transporting about 7 metric tons of cargo from low Earth orbit to low lunar orbit with a 6-month transit time. It is the very interesting topic in this engine. Mars in 39 days. Is it possible? But here they are saying that is possible. In order to conduct a proposed crew trip to Mars in 39 days, the Vasimer require an electrical power level projector to be developed only by nuclear propulsion in an application of nuclear power in space. This kind of nuclear fission reactor might use traditional Rankine or Brattain or Stirling engine to convert heat to electricity. Example SAF 400 DOF kilopower. There is a lot more that we could go into on Vasimer, and in future we will come back to this concept with detailed explanation. I hope you people can understand at least the concept in this video. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Aero Tamila and press the bell icon too. Thank you friends.